Good morning, broadcasters. 360 Seconds news and commentary for broadcast professionals is on the air. I'm Maria Kolarova from TKT. Let's discuss the latest technological news with our respected experts, Philip Grossman and Ann Seidler. Don't forget to give the program a like. Clearcom introduces Gen IC Cloud Intercom, blending traditional hardware with virtual clients for enhanced communication. The scalable solution minimizes latency and is praised for its user-friendly design and seamless integration in professional settings. So, Mary, can you walk us through this?
So this is great because, first of all, you've got, people don't like to talk about intercoms that much. It's not that sexy of topic. It's not that looking at video or different parts of audio, but they're so useful. And the thing with intercoms has been, it's always been hardware. It's cool to see that Clearcom is transitioning and broadening and having the low latency and the way they're doing it, I think is pretty interesting because what they've done is any of the virtual points, you can have them set fairly close to the location. So any of the talking back and forth is enhanced by having a very low latency because of that. Now, Philip, how important do you see this intercom solution being to the future?
It's actually pretty interesting that over the last 3-4 years, as we've gone to this, I think one's called dematerialized infrastructure. The fact that your TD may not be sitting next to your director, maybe in a different building in a different part of the state or different country, intercom is becoming more and more important. And it's always, like you said, it's always been very hardware based, making it difficult to expand. You start to figure out how big is your intercom plant going to be, and then once you buy it, you're stuck. This really seems to open those gates up a bit and allow it to be just about anywhere in the world, to be virtual, to be low latency, really enabling us to go to, I guess, that next iteration of control rooms and production that will be virtualized and have people spread out across the country or the world.
All right, thank you. Now moving on to Barix. Barix unveils the IP former TPA 400 native Dante, which is a breakthrough in audio networking with ultra-low latency and synchronized playback capabilities. Designed for extensive installations, this product transforms speakers into IP devices, enhancing audio delivery in various settings. So, Mary, back over to you for this one.
So let's just take an example of a large city's subway system. It has thousands and thousands of these speakers which incidentally should be replaced. But if they're trying to go to an IP infrastructure, instead of ripping out all those speakers, this is a way to at least build the speakers into the future and make them a bit future-proof. And Philip had a very good point. He was saying, look, there are a lot of things that will never be native Dante or native IP, but that doesn't mean that there's not a way to hook them up. And this is really, really helpful in these big installations. Philip, what is your thought about building all of this out?
Yeah, so on the video side, we've had these for a long time. Well, first of all, like we talked about before, monitors have never been SDI; they're always HDMI. We've always had to have a box to go SDI to HDMI. Now we have a box that goes from IP to HDMI. So we've always been doing it in the video world. I never really thought about in the audio world, but this makes perfect sense, especially large stadium implementations where you've got these massive speakers and you want to get the capability of IP and the flexibility of IP without having to rip everything out. And the units themselves, might look at are really, really tiny. So I think it gives a lot of flexibility and enabling organizations to make that transition to IP without a huge capital expenditure.
Great. Okay, now moving on to NUGEN. NUGEN Audio introduces VisLM 3, an advanced loudness plugin at the NAMM Show 2024, offering compatibility with international standards and innovative features. It's poised to revolutionize loudness management for music streaming, appealing to a wide range of audio professionals. So, Mary, talk us through this.
Loudness control, the bane of my existence. This is so needed. It's one thing with FM radio. And there is loudness control in place in a lot of European countries, and NPR does it, and others are talking about it. Because just because you want to make something loud doesn't mean it's not going to distort, which it does. Now, the problem is with podcasting and with any of these streaming, the levels have never been set until recently, and they're different levels. So the level for streaming is different than the level for podcasting on different platforms. So this really helps someone say, hey, yeah, this is the correct level, and making sure that when they give that piece of audio over to be placed as content, it's going to be legal, and it's not going to be irritating to those of us who are listening to it by constantly adjusting the volume.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed is that, on the television side, we just have that black box that sort of sets at the end of the chain, and that's what it normalizes it for. So that maybe this type of software will help organizations sort of normalize that stuff further up the chain, making my job a little bit easier.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly what we want. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right. Well, thanks to our experts. That's all the time we have today. And don't forget to comment on the news that we've discussed. See you next Monday at the same time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.